Gram atomic mass. The atomic mass of an element expressed in gram is called gram atomic mass or gram. It is also called a mole. When we represent the atomic mass in grams instead of AMU, it will be called a mole. Or number of grams of atom element, mass of element is divided by atomic mass of element. Example, 1 gram atom of hydrogen is equal to 1.008 gram, which is equal to 1 mole of hydrogen. Similarly, 1 gram of carbon is equal to 12 gram, which is equal to 1 mole of carbon. It's mean 1 mole of carbon contain 12 gram of carbon, and so it's mean different atoms have different masses. Molecular mass, we represent the mass of a molecule in the form of molecular mass, and gram molecular mass is that when we represent the molecular mass of a molecule in gram, we will call molecular mass. Simple. Molecular mass of an element or a compound expressed in grams. The mass of an atom is called atomic mass, and when we represent it in gram, it is called gram atomic mass. And the molecular mass and the mass of a molecule is called molecular mass, and when we will represent in gram, we will call it gram molecular mass. And the molecular mass of an element or a compound expressed in gram is called gram molecular mass or gram molecule. It is called a mole. So 1 gram molecule of water is equal to 18.0 gram, which is equal to 1 mole of water. In this 18.0 gram is the molecular mass of water, which is equal to 1 mole of water. And 1 gram molecule of H2SO4 is equal to 98.0 gram, is equal to 1 mole of sulfuric acid. Number of grams of molecules of substance can be calculated by using the formula. Mass of the substance or molecular mass of the substances. For example, if you have given the 40 gram of sulfuric acid and they ask about the number of gram of molecules of a sulfuric acid, then we will write the given mass 40 gram above the equation, and we will divide it with molecular mass, which is 98.0 of the sulfuric acid with it, and then we find out the number of gram molecules of a substance. Gram formula mass or formula mass. Gram formula mass, as we know that we represent ionic compound with formula mass. That's why we use, when we represent the ionic mass of an ionic compound or formula mass in gram, we will call it gram formula mass. For example, 1 gram formula of sodium chloride is equal to 58.5, 1 mole of sodium chloride. 58.5 is the atomic mass of sodium and chlorine by adding them, which is equal to 1 mole of sodium chloride. And 1 gram formula of calcium carbonate, which is equal to 100 gram and is equal to 1 mole of calcium carbonate. So 1 mole and gram atomic mass, what is the relationship between those? Mass of 1 mole of atom of any element in gram is equal to its gram atomic mass or 1 gram atom. It's mean 1 mole of atoms of any element in grams is called gram atomic mass, and 1 mole of atoms is equal to 6.02 10 to the 23 atoms. Listen girls, we don't know how many atoms present in an element. So 1 mole of atom contains 6.010 10 to the 23 atoms. It is the figure which is called Avogadro's number, 6.02 10 to the 23, because we know that atoms are too small. That's why we cannot count their numbers. So we will calculate the number of atoms in an element, and by 6.02 10 raised 23 Avogadro's number. For example, the mass of 6.02 10 raised atoms of oxygen is 16 grams. For example, listen girls, we don't know. For example, a hydrogen atom is equal to atomic mass 1, and atomic mass and atomic number is 1. Oxygen has atomic mass 16 and atomic number is 8. But the 1 mole of oxygen atom and 1 mole of hydrogen atom will be equal to 6.02 10 raised 23, because we don't know how many particles and how many atoms is present in the one element and the 1 mole of an element. So we say that if the one atom of any element contain 6.02 10 kg raised 23 particle, which is equal to 1 mole. Clear your concept? One atom of an element contain 6.2 10 kg raised 23 atoms, which is equal to 1 particles, or which equals to 1 mole of atoms. 1 mole of atoms contain 6.02 10 kg raised 23 atoms, which is equal to gram atomic mass of the element. Listen girls, we have discussed that 1 AMU is equal to 1 gram. And for example, if 1 AMU of carbon 12 is equal to 1 gram, so overall carbon will be 12 gram. Similarly, oxygen contain 16 gram and 16 AMU, and we will say it contains 16 gram atoms, and which is equal to 1 mole of oxygen atom. So number of the particles which con 6.0 to 10 kg raised 23 is number of atoms is equal to 1 mole of atom and element, which is equal to, in the case of oxygen it will be 16, and in the case of hydrogen it will be 1. So maybe element is having more atomic mass or less atomic mass. The 1 mole of any element will be equal to 6.0 to 10 kg raised 23 atoms. So the mass of 6.0 to 10 kg more atoms of oxygen is 16 gram. For example, mass of carbon 12 atom is equal to 12U, exactly 12U, because we divided carbon 12 into 12 parts, and if we take 1 AMU is equal to 1 AMU is equal to 1 gram, then mass of 1 mole of carbon 12 atom will be 12 gram. If we convert 1 AMU is equal to gram, so mass of a 1 oxygen atom 16 AMU similarly, and if we convert into in gram, so mass of 1 mole of oxygen is equal to 6.00 gram. Listen girls, when we represent the atomic mass and molecular mass in grams, we will call it molar mass. Gram atomic mass is equal to mass in grams in 1 mole of an element, that is the mass in grams that contains the Avogadro's number of atoms of that element. It means any atom in the element contains 6.2 10 kg raised 23 atoms, which is equal to 1 mole. If any element contains 6.2 10 kg raised 23 atoms will be equal to 1 mole, and we can find out that